was like, I can't force Will to do anything.
And you and Will weren't together.
We weren't together as, we were family. I was there with him as family, but we weren't together at that time.
Then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. But I'm like, what is going on right now?
Keep my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
What viewers did not see at the time, while Oscar clips were being shown, was Chris Rock leaning over the stage to talk to Jada.
And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I met you.
For years, they were Hollywood's golden couple, a symbol of unbreakable love, personal evolution, and power partnership. But now, it seems the fairy tale is officially over. Jada Pinkett Smith has finally confirmed what many suspected all along. The marriage between her and Will Smith is ending. And while the world may not be shocked, the deeper question remains, why now? And what truly tore apart one of the most iconic unions in entertainment history. Will and Jada Smith were once held up as the blueprint for a thriving Hollywood marriage. For decades, they inspired admiration, curiosity, and, for some, envy. Their bond seemed unshakable, even when the media occasionally speculated about their unconventional marriage or whispered rumors about secrecy behind closed doors. But what we've seen over the past several years has turned that admiration into public disillusionment. The unraveling began, at least publicly, in 2020, when Jada Pinkett Smith sat across from her husband at the Red Table Talk and admitted to a romantic involvement with singer August Alsina. The word she used? Entanglement.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
Single term that sparked endless think pieces, memes, and debates about loyalty, boundaries, and emotional responsibility in relationships. What shocked many wasn't just the revelation itself, it was the way Will sat quietly, visibly emotional, while Jada recounted their complex relationship dynamics. That moment broke the illusion. The once picture-perfect marriage started to look more like a long-standing performance, held together not by passion or unity, but by public pressure and mutual obligation. In that same infamous episode, Will and Jada sealed the conversation. With a quip, we ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life. It was meant to be humorous, maybe even profound. But instead, it left many viewers uncomfortable, as if they were witnessing two people clinging to the ruins of something that had long stopped working. And yet, despite mounting public scrutiny, the couple stood firm. They didn't file for divorce. They didn't publicly separate. They continued appearing together for family events, book tours, and red carpets, presenting a united front. But the more Jada shared in interviews on her show and later in her memoir released in 2023, the clearer it became that the marriage had been over in practice for years. In her book, she revealed that she and Will had been separated since 2016, not just emotionally, but physically living separate lives under the same public narrative. According to Jada, one of the primary reasons she stayed was a promise, not just to Will, but to herself. Divorce was off the table. She felt deeply committed to the idea of life partnership, even if the marriage itself was fractured beyond repair. That promise, she said, was stronger than any prenup or legal document. It was about family, about legacy, about image. But while Jada may have been trying to honor a vow, many critics question whether that commitment actually caused more harm than good to both herself and Will, because while she was processing their separation, privately and speaking her truth publicly, Will was still showing up. still defending her, still trying to hold together a ship that had already sailed off in different directions. One of the most jarring examples of this dynamic played out at the 2022 Academy Awards, when comedian Chris Rock made a joke about Jada's shaved head. Result of her alopecia, Will reacted in a way that stunned the world. He walked on stage and slapped Rock across the face. What followed was global backlash. Will lost projects. Brand partnerships disappeared. His reputation, once the epitome of charm, talent, and integrity, took a massive hit. And Jada? She publicly distanced herself from the incident, saying it was Will's choice, not hers. For many observers, that was a turning point. People began to feel that Will was alone in his efforts, defending a marriage, a love, a woman who had long since stopped defending him. In his 2021 memoir, Will opened up about the emotional and psychological weight he had carried for years: perfectionism, people-pleasing, fear of failure. He hinted at the cracks in his marriage, the infidelities, the fights, the misunderstandings. But unlike Jada, who later spoke openly about
the PR of it all, the life partnership is not working. He has a woman that he's in love with, and she is not Black. And he is now talking to lawyers. The issue, and so he is setting up to...
seeing other people and being unfulfilled. Will seemed more focused on trying to fix what was broken, even if it meant carrying it alone. His appearances remained polished, his tone respectful, and his words always chosen with care. But over time, even fans began to wonder, was Will still in this marriage out of love or out of duty? In 2025, Will released new music and performed live in London, performances that felt more like a rebirth than just another show. One name stood out in this chapter: India Martinez, a Spanish singer who shared the stage, and apparently more with Will. Their chemistry was undeniable. Steamy performances, close interactions backstage, and cozy Instagram moments sparked immediate speculation. Were they just collaborators, or was something deeper going on? Whispers began circulating that their relationship wasn't just professional. And when images of them locking lips surfaced online, it sent shockwaves, not just through fans, but allegedly through Jada as well. Insiders claim that this was the moment Jada decided to pull the plug. That seeing Will move on so publicly after years of loyalty and emotional labor was the final straw. No prenup. No filters, no turning back. One of the most surprising details about Will and Jada's marriage is that they never signed a prenuptial agreement. That's almost unheard of in Hollywood. But their decision wasn't based on oversight, it was intentional. They believed their love and commitment were stronger than legal protections. They believed they were in it for life, but now, that decision may make this divorce one of the messiest Hollywood's seen in years. Without a prenup, their assets, which include multiple properties, production companies, royalties, and brand partnerships, are all subject to equal division. And with both parties having gone public with personal accounts of infidelity, emotional distance, and conflicting values, the court of public opinion is already taking sides. Perhaps the saddest part of this entire saga is how long it was performed. For years, Will and Jada tried to convince the world, and maybe themselves, that what they had was worth preserving. They branded their pain as partnership, their disconnection as evolution, their marriage as bad, but for life. But the truth is, love that no longer nurtures, no longer protects, and no longer fulfills isn't love. It's a contract, a facade, a performance. And while it's heartbreaking to see a long-term marriage dissolve, there's something quietly powerful in the decision to finally walk away. To say, this chapter is over, and that's okay. As of now, Will appears to be in a space of peace and reinvention. He's smiling again. He's creating. He's exploring relationships that bring him joy, publicly and unapologetically. Jada, too, may find freedom in this next chapter. No more defending a marriage she admits had stopped fulfilling her long ago. No more explaining or editing her. Truth for public consumption. They've raised incredible children, built careers most people only dream of. And now, They may finally be free to live authentically, even if it's apart. There's no easy way to end a marriage, especially one as public and deeply intertwined as Will and Jada's, but sometimes the bravest thing a couple can do is release each other with grace, not with resentment, but with recognition that what once served them no longer does. This isn't just a celebrity breakup. It's a reminder to all of us. Love should never feel like duty. It should never become a prison. And it's okay to choose peace over performance. Do you believe the divorce is real this time? Or is this another strategic move tied to branding and publicity? Are we witnessing true closure? Or just another chapter in a never-ending saga? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because something tells me this story is far from over. Until next time, stay tuned, stay curious, and protect your peace.